Assalamualaikum. My name is Muhammad Khairul Razik bin Muhammad Nizam. I am the fourth year student of Fakulti Kejuruteraan Elektrik. Okay, my title for my final year project 1 is Energy Consumption Analysis at Knowledge and Communication Service Center UTeM, or known as PPPK UTeM. Okay, my supervisor is Dr. Aida Fazliana binti Abdul Kadir. Okay. Okay, next, this is the front view of Knowledge and Communication Service Center, or PPPK UTeM. Okay, this is my outline for this presentation. First, I will present introduction, problem statement, objective, scope, literature review, methodology, result, and conclusion. Okay, first, for introduction, um, in order to support our government target, which is 40% carbon reduction, so this project is going to be conducted because we want to support our government. And the location for this project is at Knowledge and Communication Service Center UTeM building, or PPPK. And after that, we will do an analysis from the data that we got from the room data survey work. Okay, and last part is we will recommend to PPPK the method on energy saving. For National Green Technology Policy, uh, we are support our government. It's basically have four main parts in National Green Technology Policy. First, to achieve energy independence. Okay, next, to minimize the environmental impact, to improving the national economic development, and lastly, to improve the quality of life for all Malaysian people. Okay, for problem statement, PPPK UTeM is among the highest energy consumer at University Technical Malaysia Melaka UTeM. So that's why this project are going to be conducted. The monthly electrical bill also quite high, which is around RM 66,000 ringgit until RM 70,000 ringgit per month. And next problem is it has a server room, and that server room need to have air conditioning system for 20 hours. So that's why the energy consumed at PPPK was among the highest in the UTeM. Okay, for objective, uh, we want to analyze the room data survey pattern at PPPK UTeM, and then we need to analyze the load profile, utility bill, and load apportioning at Knowledge and Communication Service Center UTeM. And lastly, the objective is to give the suggestion to PPPK on how to save the energy consumption at the building area. Okay. Scope of this project is to make an analysis of the energy consumption at Knowledge and Communication Service Center UTeM building. The process of auditing work, including room data survey, electrical panel logging, which is we will put a clamp meter and also a power logger at chiller electrical panel. And lastly, for air conditioning mechanical ventilation, SCMV, performance measurement. For SCMV, it is include ASU, air handling unit, FCU, fan coil unit, and also ACSU, aircon split unit. And we will take a data from the measurement. Okay, and lastly, we will analyze all the data that we get at the field data collection, and we will give a suggestion to PPPK on how to save the energy consumption. Okay, for literature review, we will follow the National Energy Efficiency Action Plan, which is it includes Sabah and Sarawak. And this plan is want to resolve energy supply problems by controlling the demand effectively. Okay, next, this plan is to propose a strategy to incorporate energy efficiency in the manufacturing, commercial and residential sectors, resulting in reduced energy consumption and economic savings. Okay, this is the electricity savings and percentage of savings by the National Energy Efficiency Action Plan from 2016 until 2005. So we can see is increasing in the reading. Okay, so we need to help our government in order to decrease the reading. Okay. For energy efficiency in global scope, the increase in energy usage is caused by a rising in industrial production, resulting in a substantial rise in the release of toxins to the atmosphere, water, and soil, altering their composition and having adverse effects on the climate and human health. Greenhouse gas and carbon dioxide is the most common pollutant and also known as the primary pollutant. Carbon dioxide emissions are typically closely connected to human activities such as generation, deforestation, transport, industrial, residential, and other activities. This is the global carbon dioxide emission from 1980 to 2005. We can see it is only increasing in the reading for carbon dioxide from 1980 to 2005. Okay, for energy audit, it is very important to assess the right steps to be taken to use energy effectively in order to ensure that energy is available in the future. The process is very important for research to decide where, when, and how much energy is being used in the company, and how to minimize the cost of energy for the company. There are basically two types of energy audit, which is walkthrough preliminary energy audit and detailed energy audit. Yeah, for methodology, first is a kick-off meeting, which is the audit team will form a group and will plan their work scope. Okay, next is a desktop audit, which is the auditor will study on building data, drawing, historical bill, and also the building system of the building. Next is a site investigation, which is a site visit where the auditor will come to the site and check the area of the work environment. Okay, next is a field data measurement, which include room data survey, electrical logging, SCMV performance measurements. Okay, next is a data analysis, which is findings and energy saving measures. Next is a report writing, which is the draft report only, and auditor need to present the draft report to the client, and after client has agree with the report, and then they will do a final report. And that's all for energy audit. Okay, this is a measurement tool. First is a temperature or humidity meter to measure the temperature of the area. Okay, next is the illuminance meter to measure the light intensity for the in a certain area. For ammeter clamp, it will measure a current at electrical panel such as ASU electrical panel or chiller electrical panel. For temperature or humidity meter is to measure the temperature or humidity at a certain. Okay, next is carbon dioxide meter, CO2 meter, PSM, to measure the carbon dioxide at a certain room. PEL, power energy logger. It is used to measure power and energy measurement loggers for all the electrical installation. Okay, for ultrasonic flow rate meter gray line it is used to measure the velocity in the water. For portable anemometer, it is used to measure the velocity in ducting such as AHU ducting, and to estimate the amount of supply air. This is the result for my uh, project. First, for room data survey for room illuminance, we can see at ground floor it is far from the recommended one, which is at the orange sides is a recommended one, and same to level 1, which is far from the recommended one. For temperature, for ground floor, it is quite good, which is there is a there is a reading in recommended by MS1525, which is 44 degree to 26 degree. For level 1, the reading for the temperature is lower from the recommended by the MS1525 standard, which is 24 to 25 degree. Okay, for relative humidity for both ground floor and level 1, it looks good, which is both are in recommended by MS1525, which is 50% to 70%. For carbon dioxide, for both ground floor and level 1 is lower than the recommended one, which is lower than the 700 ppm. Okay, for historical bill analysis, okay, this is the historical bill for electrical energy consumption for year 2020, which we can see there is a slightly increase in June, which is PKPB month, where it is conditional. So maybe most people start their work at PPPK by a conditional. Okay, energy cost trend also same, which is a slightly increase in June, which is in PKPB with a conditional. Okay, next is the maximum demand. For maximum demands, it is a low reading at April, which is in a PKP part. So there is less people in PPPK at that time. For load factor, at July and so on, it is a PKPP time. So people can entering PPPK, and that's why load factor is increasing at that month from July until October. Okay, for power factor, it is constant, which is actually 0.365 for every month. Okay, as a conclusion, we can conclude that the high reading of illuminance and it is far from the recommended by MS1525, which is plus minus 20%. Next, the inconsistent reading of temperature distribution, which is the recommended by MS1525 is from 24 to 26 degree. Okay, for relative humidity, mostly it is in range of standard MS1525, which is 50% to 70%, and it is good. Okay, for carbon dioxide reading, mostly it is lower than the recommended by MS1525, which is 700 ppm until 1000 ppm. The bill reading, monthly bill reading, mostly consistent, except for certain month because of PKP, PKPB, and PKPP, which is it is slightly increased during the starting of PKPB because our government have give a condition to enter the PPPK. Okay, and lastly, we will recommend to PPPK to save the energy consumption by doing the method such as change the type of lamp to LED, and to do the delamping work or lesser the point of lighting at the place which is has a higher reading of light intensity or illuminance. Okay, this is the reference for my project, which is I have 14 reference from article and also some from internet. Okay, yeah, that's all from me. Thank you.